Like on a normal basis, I'm using an iPhone, so I do like three that's three GB.
Okay, that's the
Yes, that's gig. I use like for 3 days, but now if I'm doing 3 GB, I'm just using it for like a day. Let me just use a day because I'll have to advertise my product on
yes,
TikTok and everything.
yes,
So before you
yes.
know, data is gone. I don't want my data anyhow anymore.
Wow,
So when I'm done with it, I just switch it
turn
off.
it off.
Yes,
Wow, and that's not really
at all. Supposed to be on because I'll have an as in
response from
response from my
people.
people. Yes,
So it
so
might make
like
you get response late.
yes. So by the time I own it, I'll have seen like a lot of messages. I have to reply. So once I'm done with it, I'll stay off it back because of the data is high.
Wow.
The thing, I know I want to talk and say, but the thing get as it be now. Because me, where I dey recharge 1.5 before. Now they don't, the 1.5 now, no dey do me again.
So that 1.5, how much before where it dey last for you?
They last like, let me say 1 week plus.
Okay, so now, unko,
Now, self, if I even watch one thing for Facebook, don't finish.
don't finish. So you know they even reach 2 days or 3 days again.
No, they do me. But before I dey use am browse well.
So how you dey take manage now? How you dey take manage this situation now?
Wetin I go do now? I go dey do the one wey my hand like you get the one of 500 naira.
Where your hand
When you say I fit do for that moment, things suck myself.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not affecting me that much. I use the office internet,
Okay.
and the last subscription I did was about 100 gig.
Okay.
So I'm still using it in date. So I actually heard that they actually increased the tariff, but I won't subscribe this currently, so I won't
So you
tell.
wouldn't,
Yeah,
so you're still using the one from the previous.
yeah.
You have
Okay, I know. I heard that from my colleague, and he complained, but that was just then. So it's up to the task if you ask me. So I haven't got any. I haven't heard any complaints so far. None for now.
Alright, thank you so much.
Welcome back. Now, at this point, it appears that nothing can be done. The citizenry has to come up with coping mechanisms, and that is part of our discussion today. So, without further ado, with me in the studio are two tech enthusiasts. Together, we shall be dissecting the elephant in the room. I've got Kodri and Maiwa. Hello, Kodri. How are you doing today?
I'm fine.
I'm okay. And Maiwa.
I'm wonderful. I'm great. I'm happy to be here.
Okay. You
Yes.
both are looking well.
Thank you very much. You too.
All right. So, glad to have both of you with me on the show. So, guys, having an idea of what we want to talk about, let's get straight into it. Let's look at the evolution of mobile internet from 2G and 5G and beyond. Because I think there are talks about 6G and not yet present,
Yeah.
but yes, it's in the works. So, my first question is, how has mobile internet changed the way we work, the way we communicate, and even have access to information? And I'm directing that to Kodri.
Okay, obviously, some 10, 15 years ago,
Okay.
the speed at which when you click on something, when you click on an item, the speed at which it opens is quite different now.
Okay.
And this has obviously made life a lot easier. I could remember my first more advanced phone, products like that. The highest MB that we do at the time should be around 1.5 MB, and we get to use it for like a week or 2 weeks. But today, 1.5 MB is something, some of us, when you open some pages, it is more than 1.5 MB. But in short, it has made life a lot easier. You can do a lot of things now that will make life very, very easy for you with the speed of your internet these days, from 2G to 3G to 4G and to 5G in the current days. So obviously, every one of us, what we deal with daily in our everyday life, almost everybody in, okay, let's say in the kind of society we are in, this environment, let me put it that way, there is basically nothing we can do, or a lot of things that we do these days, even our work, our lifestyle, our family, the way, connection with them. So it's basically, it has made life a lot easier. So let me just leave it at that.
Okay. What about you, Maiwa? What do you think about this evolution from 2G, 5G, and what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's peaked. To me, internet peaked post COVID. Between COVID, before then, everyone worked from the office. We didn't think there's gonna be a scenario whereby we're gonna be working remotely. You understand?
Yes.
So, but with the advent of the internet from the early noughties, I'm talking about 2000, 2001, the advent of the internet, added on to what Quadri said. So, but after when COVID happened, it was like things sped up. You understand?
Yes.
There was like an explosion of apps whereby mobile apps whereby teams can get online to get tasks done.
Yes.
This filtered down into SMEs, small and medium scale businesses who are able to like project their goods, services. You don't have to be present before you offer value to people. You understand? So those are part of the things that, and in this part of the world whereby a lot of people just have to like be their government, so to speak. You understand? So those are the things that people can use to add value to themselves. You understand? Without necessarily relying on the government or externalities to help them. You understand? Even those, we have a lot of graduates, a lot of artisans, even people that are graduates that have to like resort to like tailoring, learning a lot of like and the plumbing and sorts. You understand? Those are the means whereby they learn, they're able to add value to themselves.
Yes.
Look at YouTube. There's nothing you can learn on YouTube. You understand? It's just about having the will. You understand? To learn. And so those are the value that internet added to us. And I mean, I grew up in an era whereby there was no internet. You understand? Basically, I'm in that age.
You too?
Basically, I go.
Okay.
I remember we had to like wait up for TV station to show at
The afternoon, 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
AIT starts in the afternoon around 4 p.m.
You have to wait for this rainbow line, national anthem. You understand? So then we play tires on the street. There was nothing. The first time I heard about the internet was 1999. Someone told me, my senior then, I was in SS1. My senior was like, that he has an uncle in the US that the uncle does video. Like I was in 1999. Like, is it possible for you to speak with someone in person over a device, thousands of miles across the ocean? You know, so I can't fathom. So now imagine that my daughter is 11 years old now. She watches TikTok. So trying to like narrate that story, she'll be like, man, maybe it's in the 80s.
I can't relate as well.
You understand? She practically cannot imagine it. Assignments at school are on the internet. Unlike ours that we have to like resort to libraries, physical libraries, we have to go to under the bridge, look for books, look for hand down book. You understand? So those are the values. The internet. I don't think there's a world whereby the internet won't function again. If you even factor the fact that our money is, if you look at it, if the banking system shuts down now, just imagine it. Just imagine it. After COVID, a lot of people don't go out with cash again.
Yes, that's true.
And I'm part of those people that still go out with cash. I'm very scared because how much is in my account? So I still go out, you understand? So, but those are the things. So let me I don't know whether Cody wants to add anything to my point, but those are the things that help us.
In addition, another thing per se is, I think it has kept us safe also. Cause, in, let's say, in the, late 90s, early 2000s, before internet became very common, with people, you know, if you have a message for probably your uncle or your aunt or something in Lagos. Now, not just a message of words. You could say you could call because there was phone at the time. Yeah. You could call to tell them, okay, this is going on. But you want to show them something. Probably, I bought a shirt. I want to tell you, help me buy this. You have to like send it down to the person. Before now. Okay. And, you know, in the process of making things like this happen, accidents occur, you know, because you have to go there personally. And another thing is, now you have CCTVs that are connected to, you know, to your mobile phones. With that, when something is going on in your house, you can easily say, okay, this is what is going on at the moment. So there are so many aspects of it. It has even helped businesses. I stay in the comfort of my home and someone says, oh, Quadri, I want to buy something like this. Some 15 years ago, you have to go to, we are talking about a Dumota market some years ago. There are people in the Dumota market these days now, they just, you know, snap pictures of the items and people come on and, oh, I want something like this. You don't even have to see each other. Just get the item. Where are you? You are so place. They send it via a box or anywhere. It gets to you. And see, we can't just, we can continue listening. And we are not going to stop. It has really made our life a lot easier.
That's right. Coming to you, Mayowa, was the rise of 5G a game changer? Or do you think Nigeria hasn't gotten there yet? Because I know so many people are still on 4G,
Yes.
and with exceptions of 5G. So do you think that it is a game changer, or that Nigeria hasn't just we're not there
No,
yet? What do you think?
Of course, we're gonna get there with time. You understand?
Okay.
Because I remember in the 90s, I'm still gonna go back to the 90s. We skipped a step in technology advancement.
Okay.
Pager. We didn't really use pager.
Yeah.
I think we skipped from landlines to mobile devices.
Yes.
Straight up, you understand? And that's the evolution with most third world countries, you understand? We skip. I think that's the advantage, so to speak, you understand? So I think 5G is something, because if you factor in the widespread usage of AI, you understand? AI is here to stay, you understand? So, and even devices nowadays, although we can make the argument that the infrastructure may be very expensive, maybe extensive for the government, you understand?
Okay.
But it's something that's here to stay. Because it's not only about our mobile devices, it's about the healthcare system, the banking system, and what have you. And as technology is, after a while, 3G will become obsolete. 4G will become obsolete. After a while, even the 5G, there will be 6G. I'm so sure of that. So it's about moving with the times to make life easier for everybody. So I think with time, we're going to get there. But 5G, Nigeria is going to work 5G. I'm very sure of that.
So you also agree that it is a game changer?
Obviously, of course. And like Maiwa said, we are going to get there. And if you look around, not a lot of our mobile devices, can make use of it at the moment, because even some of our service providers, the spread of the 5G cable, it is not in a lot of places. You can only find them in the suburbs. So these days, you can't see them. You can only see them in the cities. In some areas, you still can't get 5G there. And obviously, with time, we are going to get there, because mobile phones they've been a thing in first world countries before it got to us. So, and obviously with time, with more funding, and the fact that we have a lot of tech, companies coming up every day in Nigeria, and for you to do a lot of this, you need very strong network. And even besides that, remote work is becoming a thing in Nigeria. It is a lot of companies are trying to, save costs, and even with this increments in pump price some months ago, a lot of companies now, they can't afford to run diesel the way they used to. Yes. So you start working hybrid, you work some 3 days at home, then you come to the office. So for you to be able to function effectively and maximally at home, you need very strong network. And the fact that you are paying, it's the service you are paying for, the service provider wants to give you something also, because they know if they don't provide that thing for you, if there is somebody else providing it, you are going to move. So with that, eventually it will cut across everybody.
But also, don't you think it will become more expensive then? Because we're just doing 3G, 4G, and the data tariff is on the high. So when it gets to 5G, do you think many people will be able to afford that?
Obviously, it will, this is a service, what you've been getting before, you are getting more. Obviously, there will be increment in price, obviously, but then the same way there is increment in price of, this data plans that we're doing, I believe in your own regard also, the service you are offering, probably there will be, more, there will be increments also in your own remuneration also. So it will cut across. Obviously, there will be increment in price. The only thing is just for it not to be too much. They have to go line in line. Not that, there'll be about 20 or 100% increment in the tariff plan you're using, and your pay is about 10-20% increment. That way, they are not going to align. So it has to be something that will, cut across both parts, and one will not be a lot more than the other. But obviously, there'll be an increment.
Okay, we're going to take one more question before we go on the short break. The question is, how much mobile data do you use monthly? And is it worth the cost? I need to ask, because personally, I am crying.
Wow.
I am crying. So, do you think that the data that you spend monthly is worth the cost?
Okay.
Funny, but
okay. Yeah, I understand. Okay. One advice for every Nigerian is, I don't think you should have one product of a particular niche value. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Elaborate.
Okay, for example, the internet I don't use one company.
Okay.
I have 2 or 3. Because of eventualities. Do you understand? One might mess up and you have to deliver for a client. Clients won't want to hear stories.
Yes.
You have clients overboard. You have clients overseas, you understand? I recalled reading something over the internet. A dude was like, okay, this interview he had to be saying hello because of internet breakage. That's how he lost the opportunity, you understand? So you have to factor in it. And this thing comes with money, you understand? The onus is on you as a person to build yourself, to build your brand to the extent that people will even be looking for you. They won't mind paying your price. Of course, it comes with tears, it comes with blood because it's an investment in yourself. So these things, we live in a capitalist world.
Yes.
We don't say we want value without, of course, people may say this sound elitist. It's what it is. With the comfort comes technology advancement, comes the price we're going to pay for it. So, and with this 5G we mentioned earlier, we're going to pay the price for it. The onus is on the NCC because I was going through an article earlier. Even this recent tariff increase was supposed to be 100%. NCC had to intervene. They shelved it at 50%.
Okay.
So if we factor in that the mast this network use, we have over 30,000 across the nation, gulping 40 billion in diesel. Whether that's daily or monthly, I'm not really sure, but factoring in 40 billion, where's the cost coming from? And these people are FX dependent, and we know how the dollar is. You understand? Those are the things. And the last time they increased was in 2013, a decade ago.
Very long.
Since a decade ago, do you know how many times they've increased the fuel, PMS? And you are here complaining about it because there are ripple effects. People are saying, okay, we don't want them to increase. Heads are going to roll. Our bosses are going to lose their job. They're going to do our bit. It's the truth. You understand? Because how are you going to do it? You don't want your company to sack you. It's either they don't increase your salary or they still live in the job or they downsize in order to increase some people's salary. So those are the things we have to be nuanced in our discussion. Of course, we know, can the government do more? Of course, can the NCC do more? Of course. But even the citizens, we can do more amongst ourselves. Understand? Just find a way to adjust. What do we say? What can we do for our nation? We have to look at what we can do for our nation. We know it can be very difficult. We want more. The country can do more. But even you as a citizen, you can do more. Try to look at the value, the niche you can add value in. Okay. Factoring in the internet and everything. Mentor people for the country to grow. That's what I can just say about that.
All right. That is quite educating. And we'll go for a short break. When we return, the circle continues. You're still on to Konga TV, and this is still The Circle. My name is Miracle, and I've been here with Kodri and Mayowa. And we have been talking about, the mobile internet, the increase, and how we can adapt to, what's going on currently. So the question that we are asking next is, if you could improve mobile internet, what would you change? Would you want faster speed, lower cost, or better security? And I'm directing that to you, Kodri.
Wow. If I'm to choose here, it would be a faster speed or security. But I'd say a faster speed.
But you do know that faster speed equals more.
Obviously.
Okay.
Maiwa said something. The last response he gave. It is a necessity. Everybody needs it.
Yes.
Well, maybe some people in some remote areas might, but those of us around in cities like this, there is no, you cannot do without it.
Yes. That's right.
Especially if you work in a corporate, even people who do not work in corporate environment, people who are market men and women, they make use of it. Make video calls when your client who stays in maybe Kano State calls you want to buy something from Lagos, you need to make video calls to show them, oh, you are buying from a genuine person. I am a person. I'm not a robot. And this is what you're buying. And sometimes, like Maiwa said also, some people lose jobs because remote job is a thing now in Nigeria. A lot of people are not even working remotely for companies in Nigeria, working for companies abroad. And when people call you, when you have interviews and they ask you to do a speed test, if you do that and it does not meet a certain threshold, no matter how good you are, if you are the best hands for that job, if your internet is not strong enough and it is not fast enough, you are not getting it. Because if your internet is not strong enough, you cannot respond in real time. So it is, as far as I'm concerned, this is my own opinion, I will go for a faster speed because Have you not been in a situation where you are trying to send something to a client, or you are sending to send something for a job, and it will just be rolling and rolling, and that thing can be very, very frustrating. So if you want that, obviously, just like every aspect of our lives, you want a better shirt, you pay more money. You want a better car, you are going to pay more money. So if you want something, faster here, even the better, security, it will still get you. You are going to pay more money for it, because obviously there are equipment and gadgets that they will use to provide it. But if you're asking for what's the other, that means there will be a reduction in the quality that you are getting.
So do you agree?
Absolutely, I agree with him. And I just want to piggy on the point he made about even people in remote areas. The faster speed will help them, because even look at our grandmas and in the remote areas.
Yes, they always need to keep up with
If you want to send money to them, even if they don't, POS uses internet, for God's sake. So if you tell me that the internet is not fast enough, it will now become a case of, have you sent the money? Have you not sent the money? Is the money hanging or not? You understand? So those are the little intangibles we are not factoring in. So for me, as he said, faster speed, of course, with convenience, as I said earlier, comes cost. You have to pay the cost, you understand, to be the boss, you understand? So to me, faster speed always edges. And with that, the security will come, definitely, because we are not the only one. Even the government at the top echelon, everyone uses the internet with AI or evolution and everything.
And also, before we wrap up, I got to understand yesterday that Canada and the US, they have more internet consumption. Like, they have more internet consumption. That Nigeria is not even, because here's me thinking, how are we going to cope in Nigeria?
Because there are so many factors that could lead to that.
Okay.
One is population, and not just population. People who can read, who can make use of mobile phones. Okay. You'll be shocked that there are a lot of people in Nigeria, not even millions of people, that cannot operate some mobile devices. Now, let me shock you. There are even educated people. Give them some brand of phones. They can only do the basic.
Yes.
So it is still the same thing. And obviously, our literacy level can be compared to the US or Canada. And these are the factors that is going to lead to this. Their literacy level is a whole lot better than us. So because of that, there are so many people doing more jobs that require them to use internet compared to us. And even, I don't know of Canada, I don't think maybe Canada has more population, compared to us. But US has a lot of...
The algorithm is
a lot better.
Canada at the top anyway, so followed by the US.
It is normal for that to happen, of course.
And with time, it will change, because if you look at the generation of Gen Alpha, you understand? They're going to go up in the internet age. So as we die off,
they are growing up in it.
So they're growing up with, so all these things, they're going to be basking in the internet. Understand? There's going to be a high level of literacy, internet-wise.
And funny enough, some of them are doing that already.
Of course.
They are doing that already. Of course. And okay, so this is me also saying that I would improve on, I know I said I'm crying right now about the increment, but I would also improve, faster speed, because I've been there where you're trying to do something and it's like a Herculean task. It's not coming through because of, slow, internet. So yes, I would actually prefer a faster speed. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But yes, this is where we draw the curtains on the circle. Thank you so very much for watching. And next week, Friday, we'll be back with something more interesting. Continue to watch Kunga TV. Bye for now. And thank you, gentlemen, for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.